Another thing that was going on during, with 90s feminism at the time was sexual liberation.
Yes.
So, this is due to women starting to reclaim their sexual identity.
And it goes in with reclaiming the woods, too.
Yes.
They go hand in hand.
Sluts and whores were women who had slept with a lot of men. There was no insulting male equivalent.
No, there wasn't, because
the
man
lads, whore wasn't a thing yet.
And even if you were called a man whore, a man would wear that with pride.
Right.
It's the stupid joke about the shitty key and the shitty lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. The master key and the shitty lock, excuse me.
Yeah. In fact, men were celebrated for sleeping with multiple women.
Yeah.
And the whole this irritates the crap out of me, right? Like, men at the time, and if you go back. Now, I'm not saying that we're completely healed of this, stupidity in this day and age. But if you look at late 90s and early aughts reality TV, especially ones where they follow the date that the dude's trying to find a wife or whatever, whatever. Men would, and a lot of them still do this. Well, I say a lot. Some still do this. They were lamenting the fact that they couldn't find wives. If a woman didn't sleep with them the first date, they wouldn't call her back.
Yeah.
But if they did, if she did, they wouldn't respect her enough to go on a second date. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. It happens very rarely.
So, it's basically everybody's the Madonna or the whore at the time. So, women were becoming more comfortable with their sexual identities and were able to hold themselves to their own standard. Things like slut shaming are considered frowned upon in most circles. Yes.
It's starting to,
Yeah.
The millennials and Gen Z is starting to not care about that kind of stuff.
Right.
And part of that is to do with, standing up for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got more women who are coming out as queer and poly more in the 2020s than back in the day.
That's something completely different. Because, look, every guy thought he knew somebody who was queer, and would try to egg them on, and basically the two drunk girls kissing at the bar kind of stereotype.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're talking genuine, sexuality.
Right. I know guys who would, back in the day, literally slut shame if they thought that a girl even so much as masturbated, much less did anything else. Would literally just call her the worst of the worst.
But I guarantee you he had a video under his bed of that stuff.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. So, yeah. And a lot lot of that, there was purity culture tied up in there, too. But that's
the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
We've moved away from purity culture for the most part.
God. So, we can do a whole other thing on that.
Because here's the thing, right? What people do in their own private business
ain't yours.
As long as they're not hurting anybody,
ain't yours.
Ain't anybody's business.
There
if they're hurting somebody, then it becomes your business.
It becomes somebody's business.
It becomes somebody's business.
Yeah.